How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video of Limbus Company. I'm DemoonicWolf, and today we are going to be jumping into last year's Christmas story. But before we get started, I do want to apologize to everyone. In the last month, I have not been uploading because I have been very busy with work and other things in life. Just like next week, I will be taking a flight out to go see family members. But enough of that, because this week I have a lot of free time. I am going to be doing a lot of recordings, I'm going to be doing editing, and then I'm also going to get those videos out to you guys this week and next week. And hopefully I can get closer to catching up to the actual updates, because I've been so far behind for so long. But with that, everyone, thank you all for your continued support. And with that, let's go ahead and jump right in. As our voyage on the Great Lake extends, the list of things to keep the sinners entertained grows even smaller. In a way, it sounds like a serious problem, but... Guys, anybody got any fun stories to tell? No, for the 30th time, I suppose repeating the exact same phrase that many times is a talent, if it could even be called that. If you're having trouble recalling what you said moments ago... She has repeated that phrase 28 times to be precise. At 30, I was planning to verify if she suffered any damages to her occipital region. I get it. I'm just that bored, Kay. There's nothing to do anymore. I'm tired of playing the same game of backgammon again and again. Good, I've got a job for you then. How about you start feeding the seagull on time for once? Somehow it became my responsibility after all of you got tired of taking care of it. Yeah, we're going to have to let that seagull go once we're out of the Great Lake anyway. Why'd you even let yourself get attached to it? Just look at her. The way she looks at you. Those woeful eyes. Gregor. What? Your average seagull eyes? It was abundantly clear that the sinners were starting to slowly expire from sheer boredom. Well, it's not really a problem that has a solution, and I had zero interesting stories to tell considering that I'm an amnesiac, so... all I could do was sit here and watch the sinners suffer. Putting them through the daily trials of the mere dungeons wasn't the most exciting activity either. Speaking of which, Heathcliff appears to be the one least affected by this mess. Well, not that he was all calm and aloof, that is. I'd say he's anxious. Oi, Virgilius. Oh my god. That face. A frosty silence descended upon the sinners. And the source of that frost was the inexplicable event that played out before their eyes. Huh? Oh, Heathcliff! Have you gone insane? Did you finally snap? This must be the side effects of the consultations. Maybe we could call this sense of self-preservation loss syndrome or something like that. Heathcliff? Shut your traps! I ain't mad, and my sense of self-preservation is just fine. Impressive, Heathcliff. I rarely find myself surprised in this series of misadventures so far, but this is one of those rare occasions. Speak. What is your business? It's the, our next destination is T-Corp, ain't it? Do you really need me to answer that? You know what I'm talking about. Patience, Heathcliff. Though that seems to be a virtue that most of you lack. If everything goes according to the flow, you'll make it to your appointment on time. Since I have no context for any of that, all I could do was sit here and watch as Heathcliff scratched the back of his head. I'm still out of the loop, but Heathcliff must be really anxious about something if he's willing to talk to Virgilius first. And after all that, that's not... What else could possibly be more important than the Wait. Heathcliff turned around to face us. Oi! Any of you... got any history with T-Corp? Show of hands, now. I have, in a way. I resided in that place once. Right, but we already did you, didn't we? Then... yeah. Soon it'll be... But we're still in the middle of this mad lake. Oi, clockhead! What's today's date? How would I know? Huh? Can't you tell the date? You've a clock for a head. But clocks and calendars are completely different things. Heath, that's your 30th sign today. Keep doing that and you might just huff and puff our boat to pieces. Tell us, Heathcliff, your turn's coming up, isn't it? And whatever it is that awaits you there, you're going to have to prepare yourself for it. Yeah, I suppose. There's no use hiding it anymore. After some time. Right, so to summarize, Heathcliff's starting to feel like his turn's coming up, now that Ishmael's had her time in the ringer. And he's got good reason to believe that because Virgilius handed him something in their last consultation that affirmed his suspicions. And according to that something, he'll need some fancy clothes and whatnot to refine his looks before we get to T-Corp. But since we're still so far from escaping the lake, you're starting to feel restless. Is that right? Right on. So there's not much you can do about that before we hit solid ground, is there? Come on, Heath. That's it. Don't you worry. I can definitely help you with that as soon as we find land, Kay? We don't even know how far away from land we are. Dante, we have reached the end of the scheduled work period for the Sinners. Huh? Oh yeah. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the Sinners. I reflectively said my usual routine piece as the light alarm played. Man, that wasn't even a big deal then. I was hoping to see an act of dramatic bloodshed for once. Well, at least he wasn't trying to stir up trouble for once. The Sinners each got up from their seats, yawned and stretched, and one by one disappeared into the back door. Oi, clockhead! Didn't know they knocked your wits off along with your head. Sorry. But Gregor isn't completely wrong, is he? Can't you even mince words at this point? Virgilius and Charon also walked into the back door, mocking grins on their faces. And I was left alone in the ship's cabin, standing awkwardly next to severely crestfallen Heathcliff. Wait. There was another. Sir Heathcliff. Huh? What are you doing out here, girl? Run along, you. Go gushing about the high and mighty fixers of T-Corp or something. I shall have plenty of time for that later, yet thou shalt do well to treat me well, Sir Heathcliff. What, you little... Hold! Allow me to finish. Manager Esquire, Sir Heathcliff, come hither! Hush, hush! Don Quixote wore a confident smile. She slowly, gingerly walked over to the presently and temporarily vacant Charon's seat and whispered ever so silently to us. Forsooth, I have devised a splendid plan for thee. So, what is this splendid plan of yours? I don't think that there were words in this world expressive enough to describe the look on Heathcliff's face. It was certain that he had very scant expectations for Don Quixote and her plans, but there was this sliver of hope in his face that maybe, just maybe, Don Quixote might rise to the occasion for once. It was unclear whether Heathcliff's internal struggle mattered much to Don Quixote. However, she began excitedly describing her plan. Didst thou, Sir Heathcliff, ever hear tale of the ancient and legendary fixer of Deviat association, the Red Sack? The Red what? Like Virgilius? It is said that the legendary Red Sack carried out his deliveries no matter how terrible the terrain or how arduous the journey to all corners of the city. And with him was his sidekick, Reindeer Man. Dear God, Santa Claus, are you serious, Don? Don, that's Santa Claus, what the fuck? Forsooth, his magnificence hath given away gratuitous gifts for children of the city, that he deemed to be kind. 'Tis but common knowledge, Sir Heathcliff, he appeareth on the front cover of the Fixer's Monthly every winter. Don Quixote asked, sounding genuinely shocked to learn that Heathcliff did not know of this Red Sack. What makes you think I'd ever read rags like that? Fie to thee! Rags thou sayest? Manager Esquire, surely thou hast heard of this magnificent publication? No. I knocked on my ticking clock head. I didn't really feel the need to spell it out for her. So none of thee has subscribed to it? Then mine words fell on deaf ears. Anyhow, what matters to thee, Sir Heathcliff, is that thou endeavoreth to make thyself more presentable than anyone else for this occasion, is it not? Finally getting to the point, eh? Go on. Marry, good sir, a costume most befitting that occasion would be those of the Red Sack and his sidekick, Reindeer Man! This isn't going to end well, is it? What, like those ridiculous fixers Del Artardi Ser Arty whatever? 'Tis not ridiculous. Fie, thou hast not even deigned to indulge mine only wish that we would cosplay fixers Del Artardi Ardiente together. Thou hast not even given it a chance, indeed. Speak not on a matter thou know not about. With all that talk of a splendid plan, I thought you were actually going somewhere, but it all comes around to that fixer nonsense again, eh? Don't even have the energy to beat the sense into you. I'll get to that later. 5 honest hits to the noggin should do it. When the sliver of hope on Heathcliff's face was beginning to rapidly fade, prithee share thy thoughts on the fixers that we have laid our eyes upon thus far. What? Embarrassing were they? Remember, were they not fancy and impeccably dressed? Close not thy eyes and heart. Speak! Absolutely embarrassing sods, yeah. That spandex bloke from K-Corp looked like he leaped right out of a circus. Nay! say Lord Siegfried was not embarrassing. I say that his outfit was rather dashing. Wouldn't you agree? Allow me to explain to thee the materials of its fabric, so that thy understanding. Yeah, no, he looked ridiculous. I'm gonna have to agree with Heathcliff on that. Ahem. Excuse me, huh? Hear thee hither, Sir Heathcliff. I am yet unfinished. Why is the girl so hyper today? Well, Lord Siegfried is a special outlier, mayhaps, but dost thou not agree that most fixers are all rather well-dressed and wore honor upon their sleeves? Honor upon their what? I don't know about that, but I suppose they were quite posh. Exactly. Follow the eye, and thou shalt see thyself dressed as impeccably and impressively as the fixers are. Is that right? Sod it. I know shite all about clothes, or making myself look fancy. Right, so let's say I go along with your plan. Where are we going to get them clothes? Honestly, everyone was right. Where are we even going to pick up clothes in the middle of a lake? Aha! Yet I have thought of that as well. Recall the events of yesterday, the sirens that echoed across the bus, dost thou remember? Now that I think about it, there was a siren yesterday. It went off not long before I announced the close of business for the day. But Foss said that backdoor volatility wasn't anything for us to worry about. Yet I was curious. How? Indeed! Doth Foss determine which volatility is useful and which is not? Thus, as all were crowded by the back door, preoccupied with returning to their respective quarters, I have secretly and stealthily availed myself the chance to take a glance at the screen. So you took a peep at the screen. You know how to read those complex symbols? Nay, I myself had little hope of recognizing them, yet when I looked into them, I could very easily tell what the peculiar symbols on that device indicated. Forsooth, 'twas symbols of the red sack in the reindeer man, and next to them was a symbol indicating posh outfits. No, it can't be that simple. Yeah, no, it can't be that simple. I agreed with Heathcliff, however, Don Quixote remained enthusiastic as ever, as though she was already expecting him to say that. Dost thou know? Every so often, certain symbols appear on the numerous doors past the back door. Huh? Yeah, he would know. He would know! Every respite, every passing glance, I made sure to watch them carefully. And 'twas yesterday when, in the corridor, I spied myself the exact door with the exact same symbol that I witnessed on the screen. Don Quixote, you didn't. 'Tis my nature as an adventurer, manager, esquire, mine ability to quell the burning adventurous spirit. I prostrate before thee. Know that I have taken the sneakiest of peeks. Marry, 'twas not too foolhardy. I have only taken a small peek. And if I told thee that what I witnessed from within, that all my deductions and predictions have been proven true, could thee find within thyself compassion to spare mine soul? Oh my god. I love Don Quixote so much, but I do want to slap the shit out of her. You absolute muppet. Why in the bloody hell do you keep doing what everyone tells you not to? Heathcliff, as your manager, I'm sorry to say, but you cannot say that. Answer me, Heathcliff. What do you have to say? Nothing, as I suspected. Moving on. Right, Heathcliff. I just don't understand why some people... God damn it. I was just doing a bit on this. Right, Heathcliff. I don't understand why some people keep doing things that everyone tells them not to. I remember when Heathcliff ignored all warnings and went into the restricted areas past the area of the corridor that we're allowed to use. We almost lost Heathcliff that day. We almost did. And it would have been sad. I would have not been happy. These are my sinners, and I will keep them alive! It was a tad different this time. However, back then, Heathcliff had no idea what was beyond that door. And this time, we do. Don't tell me we're going with this. Are you suggesting that we call everyone over to explore that place? Nay, the three of us will be more than sufficient to handle this task. All tales begin with a party of three indeed. You're just scared of the consultation, aren't you? I have nary a clue as what you may be referring to. The answer to this predicament was right there, to tell them it was too dangerous and shove them back into their respective rooms to rest up for tomorrow. Manager Esquire, that zone, indeed, it appears to be a place most peaceful to mine eyes. 'Tis a simple task, is it not? All that we seek to do is to enter there and avail ourselves of a few sets of clothes for Heathcliff. Don't give me that face. It was obvious that Don Quixote wasn't helping Heathcliff out of pure kindness of her heart. Maybe she hungered over an adventure, or maybe she thought she might be able to do that cosplay of the fixers she so admired. Ah, I see what you're doing. You want... Yeah, okay. Okay, I see you done, Quixote. But if we can find Heathcliff some nice clothes to put his heart at ease, then... Well, shit. Oh, shit. Maybe I can do something about this before things get out of control. Like it did last time when I just let a sinner's anxiety stew and exacerbate. Fine. But we're turning around at the first sign of danger. Seriously? Come on. You were willing to do it if it meant that you could pick up some clothes. Well, I suppose we'll be okay as long as Clockhead's with us. Hee. Well said. Then let us reconvene tonight before Manager Esquire's quarters. We shall knock in the following rhythm. Then thou shalt whisper secret code, to which then I shall... Just go get some sleep. I really hope this won't be a waste of time. We agreed on a precise time before returning to our respective rooms. A dark, silent night. All are sound asleep. Thus we assemble. This better be worth the trouble. It will be worth every trouble, of course. Now, come hither. We quietly and sneakily followed Don Quixote, taking care to not make a noise. Are we really crossing this line? Bloody hell, lass! Don't you know what happened the last time I crossed it? Alas, it will be different this time. All we must do is follow the corridor immediately to the right of this delineation and open the door here. So, they're the symbols she was talking about. Past the door, through the window, the symbols Don Quixote mentioned shimmered. Symbols that seemed to indicate a sack, a wrapped present, and what appeared to represent fancy clothes. So, they're the red sack and the reindeer man symbols? Precisely. Right, I suppose you're the expert when it comes to these things. I'm going in. Huh? Hold on! Before I even had a chance to stop him, Heathcliff barged into the door. And we found ourselves almost getting dragged in by his sheer fervor. Oh? We found ourselves in a rather sizable room. This place was decorated with numerous Christmas-themed ornaments. Warm, cozy lighting reflected off the wooden flooring, and a maze of conveyor belts were installed all over the place. This place is Santa's workshop. A factory? Quite. And what are those things? Those little children like... It is I, Don Quixote! What the hell is she doing? The little figures Heathcliff indicated didn't exactly look like children. They all froze for a moment before turning around in our direction. They weren't humans, that's for sure. Give me but a moment. I have already parlayed with these fellows. What happened to the sneakiest of peaks? Oi, Clockhead, something's coming this way. A small, but larger than the others around it, figure scurried over and stood before us.
Oh, Lady Don Quixote, you finally grace us with your presence once again, And just as you did before, poof, appearing from the most unexpected places again,
Who's this, Don Quixote? The one who shall grant us with wonderful gifts indeed. He rubbed his hands, or what I assumed to be hands, together, looked up at us, and started.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, You must be Lady Don Quixote's friend, My name is Dodoru, a gnome who works at this gift factory, And why, of course, I make gifts here,
A gnome? Indeed, a gnome! Was that supposed to be obvious? What are gnomes, anyway? So, they're not humans, right? Yes, these fellows are not humans. They're gnomes.
Yes, of course, not humans.
Didn't think non-humans were allowed in the city. They're not abnormalities or distortions either. They're something else.
The city? I knew it.
Well, why does it matter if they're not humans? What truly matters is the heart which they commit themselves to work, that is.
Of course. You're absolutely right, milady.
Didn't that Dodoru gnome say something weird about the city just now? So that wasn't just me, huh?
Well,
This Dodoru cut in on our conversation.
Do the friends of Lady Don Quixote wish for any present, Say, we have powerful clothes and powerful weapons, or delicious cookies.
Fancy clothes. So you really have them?
Looks like we've got a winner, Well, then please this way.
The gnome said something about introducing us to the reception hall and led us to a certain room in his scurrying gait. This seems more like a storage space than a reception hall. Oh ho! Behold, there's a warm fireplace and a table in this cozy place. What more could thee possibly ask for?
And we have some delicious refreshments ready for you as well, Please wait a moment, and I'll be right back with the gifts you want,
The gnome bowed, opened the door, and scuttled out of the room. Our reception hall's usually this barren? I've never been in one before, so I had no idea if this was what they were supposed to look like. I had to ask. Especially because it was starting to get pretty obvious, even with my rather limited experience, that there was something off about this whole situation. I have once heard the rumor of this kind of decor has been catching on in recent years. Yeah, I've heard that too. Apparently it's popular for some blokes to just deliberately leave their stuff laying around in some half-finished looking buildings. Is that what this is? Still thy heart, Manager Esquire. I shall personally be responsible for this expedition and claim ourselves shiny gifts. If push comes to shove, I could nab some of these. I saw them packing some shiny, expensive-looking stuff over there. No thievery this time, Heathcliff. Has the incidents with the hair coupons already left thy mind? Yeah, let's not repeat such actions, Mr. Heathcliff. Ah, blimey. Fine. Heathcliff was as foul-mouthed as always, but it was evident from his relaxing expression that his anxiety was starting to ease. Maybe the fact that we're here about to find what we're looking for was a comforting thought. Heathcliff, is it that important that you dress well for this occasion? Huh? Oh, yeah. A rather delicate but gently smoldering hearth, calm, silent air. A perfect atmosphere to bring up uncomfortable subjects for some honest heart-to-heart. Or is someone waiting for you there? Someone who you'd like to dress up for? Well, I suppose you're not completely wrong. Oh-ho, a secret it is! Don Quixote excitedly and loudly dragged her chair up close to Heathcliff. I have to go back as a successful man, as someone of great worth, so that they'll know that I've changed, that I'm no longer that witless brigand Heathcliff. That's why I have to dress posh when I return, to appear like a man of quality. Oh, hath someone stroked the fire of envy in thy stomach? Is this about revenge, like Ishmael? Revenge. Heathcliff leaned back on his chair. It creaked as he rocked gently back and forth. There was a look of deep introspection on his face, which was, if my memory serves me right, a first. Well, I suppose you could call it revenge, but what I really want to do is make her regret. Yeah, that's what this is. I'll show them. I'll trample over those bastards who thought I wasn't worth shite, so that she'll regret not choosing me, so that she will feel that regret to the deepest reaches of her heart. I'll prove to Kathy that there was no better man for her than I. Kathy. Heathcliff's eyes tremble a little as he speaks her name. He mentioned that name before. His eyes trembled then, too. This Kathy must be someone pretty important to you. Of course, bloody important. So, what happened between the two of you? Between you and Kathy? Catherine, to be exact, and I call her Kathy. It's a long and complicated story. Aha! Allow mine intuition to speak for thee. This Kathy must be thy lover, is she not? Wait, is that what she is to you? Huh? No, it's not like that. Okay, maybe a little bit. He's stuttering like Sinclair on a bad day. While his disposition was as brusque as always, I could clearly see that he couldn't stop himself from smiling from a mere mention of her name. And that gave me more than enough answers. Every sinner had a reason for joining Limbus Company, so maybe Heathcliff joined Limbus Company for this Kathy person. Makes me wonder what kind of person she might be, though. Someone that special, that precious to Heathcliff. Don't be so overdramatic. That ain't me. Now, I do this not out of my obligations as the manager, but I'm starting to think that I want to help you out so that you can be the best man you can be for her. Indeed, we shall all be people of quality. Uh-oh. I heard a door open in that very moment. Wait, I just noticed there's blood on the ground. What the fuck? Oh, this isn't good. It wasn't the reception hall door. The one was made of wood and wouldn't make the sound that I just heard. This sound came from over there, away from us, from a dark corner of the room. Then we heard sounds of metal scraping against wood. It was accompanied by a howling blizzard. So those were sleigh marks, huh? A huge sleigh made its way across the wooden floor. On the marks that were already on the floorboards, it was flanked by several gnomes. The sleigh was red, and the sacks on it were either black or red. But they were all littered with flesh and blood. Oh shit. Why do those... The one on the left is terrifying, the other two look cute, but God, does it not make it look any better with those tools and blood.
Dodaroo, we've got you your next batch of ingredients right here, Whew, my back, Come on, friend, just think about the looks on our friends' faces when they open their present, All is worth it. Of course. Well worth it. Here,
The gaggle of gnomes who were walking in our direction as they chattered and gossiped froze in place upon noticing us.
Quit lollygagging, Quit chit-chatting and help us out, We've got a lot of process, Besides, we've brought some live ones this time,
I think I saw some of the sacks on the sleigh move. No, they were thrashing, like something was trying to escape. Is that... Grab your weapon, girl. What is the matter with thee? These fellows are but hard-working. Hello? Is someone out there? Please help! Get me out of here!
What a joyous day, This one's fresh,
No.
But they're human, Ohms. Did Manager Dodoru bring them in, Ohm? How'd he manage to bring in humans so fresh, Ohm?
So, all along, thy factory has been...
Oh boy.
I could hear a familiar voice coming from the other door in the room as Don Quixote stood there flabbergasted.
Dodoru's done a blunder, The sleigh wasn't supposed to be coming here, Don't you worry, Just a little game between us gnomes.
That's your excuse. Master Dodoru?
Dodoru's listening,
Tell me the contents of those sacks.
Raw materials for presents, of course, Besides, Lady Don Quixote, Dodoru's prepared those fancy clothes for you and your friends to wear, Why don't you head right out to where?
What raw materials are they?
Dodoru's tired of lions, humans like you. You lot, what'd I say about using this storage space, I told you this one was off limits, What? Are you gonna deliver nothing but disappointment to our neighbor, Even now, they await gifts from our factory,
Oh, my bad, Ohm.
And I already told the factory director to look forward to this batch,
What was I thinking? This was absolutely not worth it. I know what you're thinking, Clockhead. So quit sighing and start strategizing. We've got to get out of here, yeah? Yeah, sitting here and feeling sorry for myself won't do anything. It never did. Got it.
Grab your tools, Fresh local produce, materials coming up,
Right then. Let's crack on, you little shitbags. Look at these little shits. You're gonna die, you little bastards! You know what? We're linking up some fucking envy! Well, shit. Oh, what am I doing? I need to read their statistics. My bad, guys. Cherry Gnome. Maximum HP is 107. Resistance is R. Normal for slash, weak for stab, and normal for crush. Moving over to the skills, we have Fresh Meat Homes. On hit, gain 2 poise and plus 2 poise count. On hit, gain 3 poise. Heads hit, gain 1 poise count. On crit, gain 3 bind next turn. Looking lively, Flash Wind, heal 5 SP. On hit, gain 2 poise and plus 2 poise count. Plus 40% damage on critical hit. No use Turn end. If this unit has shield, gain 1 attack power up next turn. Now, moving over to the passives, we have Fresh Human Ohms. Every surviving enemy gives this unit plus 2% chance to flip heads, max of 95%. Mine Ohms. Turn end. When there are more surviving enemies than surviving allies, gain 1 haste and 1 attack power up next turn. Alright. Sanity. Panic types agitated. We know what that one does, so I'm not going to go ahead and read that. Now we're going to move over to the next one. Leafy Gnome. Maximum HP is 100. Resistance is R. Normal for slash, weak for stab, and normal for crush. Moving over to the skills, we have Human Ohms. On hit, gain 4 poise. On hit, gain 3 poise. Heads hit, gain plus 1 poise count. On crit, inflict 2 paralyze. Capture them Clash Win. Heal 5 SP. On hit, gain 4 poise. Heads hit, gain plus 1 poise count. Plus 40% damage on critical hit. Plus 30% damage on critical hit. On hit, gain 3 poise. Plus 30% damage on critical hit. On hit, gain 2 poise count. Moving over to the passives, we have fresh human ohms and myomes. And then sanity is agitated. All right. And with that, let's go ahead and kick their asses, these little shits. Hey, no! God damn it! Fuck these little things. Nice. Almost staggered. Fear the power of the dawn in Heathcliff, you little shits. And out of the park! Oh, you're dead. We'll just slap damage. Goodbye. And KO, baby! Alright, here we go. We're gonna fuck these guys up. Take them straight to the end of the holiday. Or at least for their time, because obviously it's fucking May and I'm doing last year's Christmas event. Oh, that's good. That did not do justice. Dude, we can almost go nothing but envy. Hell yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. God damn. Okay, he dead. And you dead. Oh, there's a new guy. Shadowy Gnome. Maximum HP is 114. Resistance is R. Normal for slash, weak for stab, and normal for crush. Moving over to the skills we have. Turn ya into furniture, ohms. On hit, gain 3 poise count. On hit, gain 3 poise. Heads hit, gain +1 poise count. On crit, inflict 2 paralyze. Let's get it moving, Ohm. Clash win, heal 5 SP. On hit, gain +2 poise count. On hit, gain 3 poise. Plus 40% damage on critical hit. Hoom. On evade, gain 5 poise and +2 poise count. Failed evade, raise stagger threshold by 10. Now passive abilities. Fresh humans, mine ohms, okay, and then sanity is agitated. All right, let's finish them off. All right. God damn. Yeah, no, that's a shit ton of coins. Let's see. So you have 6 people, right? So by having just less people, you can get up to 8 coins. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. At least that's what I'm thinking. Wait, what the fuck? Oh no, now it feels like a massive handicap when I use 6 people, but who knows? Just seeing that, I'm just like, yeah, no, maybe I am handicapping myself really bad. But hey, you know, if it's good content, it's good content. And if it provides me a challenge, I always love a good challenge. All right, there's the head honcho himself. Fuck you. Dodoru. Maximum HP is 212. Resistance is R. Normal for slash, weak for stab, and normal for crush. Moving over to his skills, we have I'll Get You Ohm. On hit, gain 3 poise. On crit, inflict 2 bind next turn. We Struck Gold Ohm. Clash win, heal 5 SP. On hit, gain 2 poise and +3 poise count, plus 50% damage on critical hit. On hit, gain 3 poise and +1 poise count, plus 50% damage on critical hit. Local raw material ohms. Clash win, gain 3 poise. On crit, damage plus 20% for the last coin. On hit, gain 3 poise. On crit, damage plus 20% for the last coin. On hit, gain +2 poise count. On crit, does not consume poise count. Deal bonus blunt damage equal to poise. No use ohm. Turn end. If this unit has shield, gain 2 attack power up next turn. Fresh human. Oh, okay, so it's all the same. Sanity, agitated. Okay, and with that, that concludes all the information. You know, I feel like you would have a very massive disadvantage with just 2 characters or even 1, but maybe that's not the case. Like, maybe in the first turn, but who knows? I've never done any solos. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm gonna find out. Attack power up by 4, Jesus. This is insane. Okay. And just like with the amount of coins, let's see. Does Dawn have 6? Yeah. Yeah, there's 12 coins. What the fuck? This is so weird. That's so strange to see that many coins on them. That is so weird to me. These were some fierce sods. The fault lies with me. The light of confidence had completely faded from Don Quixote's face. So did her enthusiastic voice. No, I should have thought this plan through. Well, if we were to find someone to blame, the biggest fault would lie with me, the manager. Maybe I should have turned around the moment I sensed that something was off. Alas. With that, Don Quixote marched toward the now abandoned sleigh. This is... Several mutilated bodies tumbled to the ground as soon as Don Quixote undid the knot tying the sack. Damn it, I was afraid that this is what we'd find inside the sack. There were a total of 7 or so people in the sack, but they were all missing a few limbs. They were barely breathing, and some of them had already perished. I've never seen their style of clothing before. Looks like we are pretty far from where we were. I've seen similarly worn and torn clothing in the back streets, but the clothing they wore was of materials and styles that I'd not seen before. The back door must have sent us pretty far. Voss did tell me that each district within the city had different cultures and such, so... Doesn't really matter, does it? They'll all die soon, and it's not like you can turn the clock for them. Let's just get back to the bus. Nay, here! This person here is intact! Hack! Hark. Hack! Hack! Hark! Hark! Get a hold of thyself. Art thou the one who requested our help earlier? Who are you? There is a child. We must save the child. Wait, now we get to deploy them. Okay, that's all right. Your clothes are all weird looking. I guess you're not from the village? The child was dressed in torn and faded clothing. From the way she looked at us, I could tell that she found us rather fascinating. She soon woke up from her momentary shock. Anyways, thank you for saving me. My name's Cran, and... Huh? Clockwork teeth? The kid pointed at me and backed away in terror. The hell are you talking about? That's Clockhead. My name's Dante. Clockhead? But I heard that the clock teeth looked like clocks. I guess I also heard that they don't show up this high. I've never seen a monster like that before, though. Hey! 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 I'm not a monster. Aha! But they are not a monster. This is none other than our very own manager, Esquire. Thanks for the intro, I guess. But I can't hear anything but the tick-tocking of the clock. Well, Manager Esquire has their reasons. Art thou unharmed? Yeah. Looks like the other people that were dragged here with me weren't so lucky, though. The child looks at the mutilated corpses with a despondent look on her face. Don Quixote casts a sympathetic gaze. So they were all neighbors from thy village? Yeah, but our village will soon send the hunters to save us. As long as they can get here, they can... Hunters? I wasn't sure what exactly she was talking about, so I was about to ask her what she meant. But this reception hall, storage room, suddenly began to fill with gas of unknown origin. What's this now? Hup! Quick, hold thy breathing! An odd plume of gas, its hue red and green, begins to fill the room. This gas, it was the same gas from when I was kidnapped. The three of them, including Cran, passed out and slumped to the floor. Yeah, something like that has happened before, when we walked right into a room filled of toxic gas, which killed everyone. Looks like the gas only knocked them out, though. That's a relief, at least. Guess I should consider myself lucky that my clockhead isn't affected by these things. Uh-oh. I gotta hide. As soon as I hid myself in a corner, a crowd of gnomes rushed through the same door Dodoru came in from. Gas masks, so they used sleeping gas on us.
Is that all that's left of Manager Dodorum? All that talk of snagging 3 top-notch raw materials, and now look at him, a pile of meat, 1 2 3 all accounted for, I suppose, They're all fast asleep with the sleepy powder, so don't you all worry yourselves about harming the good Well, let's move the good
They picked up Don Quixote, Heathcliff, and Cran one by one and loaded them onto the sleigh. With that, they left, closing the door behind them. And throughout it all, I couldn't do anything but watch. Right, looks like this is my time to shine. I'll rescue the 3 of them. No way, I should have listened when Ishmael offered to teach me self-defense. What do I do? This harsh truth dawns on me every time we face total annihilation. The truth that, on my own, I am completely useless. If they were with us, I could at least bring them back, but none of the sinners are here with me. What good am I without them? It's a miracle that I managed to survive this far. Miracle? What miracle? Come on, get a hold of yourself. Great, now I'm hearing things. You're not hearing things, Manager. We're really here. Do you even know what a mess it was up there when we realized that the 3 of you just vanished into thin air? I bolted up and looked toward the voice. There, I saw another door. And from it, the rest of the sinners appeared one by one. Shit. Faust, I apologize. Please do not drill me. Guys.
Oh boy, looks like I forgot about that slightly spoiled ingredient. Oh?
I will inquire about this incident later, Dante. Fuck! For now, command us in this battle. Well, it looks like we're getting quite the pegging from Faust later on. This is gonna suck. And, yeah, no, this is bad for Marisol, because he was struggling, but he should be okay. Nice! I actually thought he was gonna lose that all the way. Nice. He's staggered. Ah, here goes Otis! Got him, Otis! Ah, almost staggered. Very close.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Nice, we got one staggered. We are taking some damage right now. Oh, Otis is staggered. I did not notice that. And is Ishmael staggered too? No.
행동을 개시합니다.
Nice, that's one dead. Alright, some characters are getting an absolute beating. Okay, he's dead. That's good. Ah, hell yeah. This one's staggered. Because they're weak to stab.
행동을 개시합니다.
Alright. Prepare to die, you little shits. Boss is gonna give everyone some sanity here, which is perfect.
파우스트가 알아요.
좋은 전략입니다.
Alright, now we click damage and you die.
가라앉는군요.
Alright.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
I think it'll be better either way. They all need to take damage. Fuck them up, Faust. Nice. That's good damage. Otis going in. That's a stagger. And Marisol kicking some ass as well.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Well, I'm glad that the whole crew is here. They showed up right in the nick of time, so that helps. You know, Dante a lot. Honestly, I thought he was going to have to sneak back and then pull them out of their rooms. Faust is going to love putting us in our place. Please don't report us, Faust. Please don't do it. LC does not need to know of this incident.
관리자님의 99%
And
명령과
Virgilius is going to be
1%의
definitely
제 실력이
pissed.
합쳐진
Thanks, everyone. How did you find me? We entered Viva the back door. Your signals were no longer detected from within the bus's premises. Then, every sinner was immediately summoned from their respective rooms for the search. And so soon after our break started, Dante, let's try not to do anything like this again, Even if you are the executive manager, rogue behavior such as this poses too great a risk. Please be wary of that. I'm sorry. So, how did you guys find us? I have deduced it. As of late, Heathcliff was in a consistent state of uneasiness. Considering the nature of our circumstances, I conjectured that there was aught that he had to do before our arrival at T-Corp. On the day in which the backdoor volatility siren echoed, Don Quixote made a relatively delayed return to the back door. And come the next day, she requested from me and Miss Faust an encyclopedia of common symbols used in the city. Yes, yes. So Faust lent her a few volumes. Ever since receiving the volumes, Miss Don Quixote sat next to me and perused the pages with a rather enthusiastic expression on her countenance. Although I could not converse with her on account of my conditions. I do recollect that the following words were repeatedly uttered: cosplay, costumes, sack. In summation, I surmised that Miss Don Quixote witnessed a series of symbols that caught her attention when the siren blared. And Faust was aware of the door on which the symbols were drawn. Based on that information, the sinners were able to find their way here. We engaged several entities of the corridor on our path to this door. Good thing we only ran into weaklings, though. An irreversible death of a sinner could have occurred in the process. Do you understand? Engaging hostile forces in your absence carries an exceedingly high level of risk. We could have been lost forever in some corner of the corridors as bodies, never to be revived nor retrieved. Please comprehend the weight of your responsibilities and the risks your independent action carries. God damn, I didn't know it was that serious. Holy fuck. I thought maybe he could revive them if they did die. You must survive, executive manager, no matter what. Do I make myself clear? I've never seen Otis look at me like that. Her gaze was cold and ruthless. Your survival was a lucky coincidence, Dante. The sequence of those symbols are not supposed to be interpreted in such a haphazard manner. I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to say. I believe that is enough, but... NDQ. Uh-oh. Yeah, Don Quixote, Heathcliff. Where'd the pair run off to? Oh, that's... I told them exactly as the events transpired. Seriously, how'd you three even manage to survive this far? All right, Manager Bud. I'm sure you've heard enough from the others, so I won't say more. But where exactly are we? Hey, which district is this? This cold. We must be somewhere in one of the northern districts of the city. Or... we are not in the city. What do you mean? I mean that we are not in the city. Those intelligent organisms called gnomes are part of a species surviving in the outskirts. Commonly known as monsters of the outskirts. Ugh, monsters again, after all that we faced at the lake? They weren't exactly like the whales, though. We could communicate with the gnomes. They were just like people, except smaller. So, we're in a completely different region of the outskirts. I would have liked to explore the area if the circumstances permitted. Look, this structure seems to have been custom built for the gnomes, considering how small everything is here. If this is the outskirts, we can go back, right? As long as the door we entered through remains open, yes. It is open, for now. What if it closes? Then an unexpected journey begins. We will have to trek the distance from the outskirts back to the city, which would be a significant endeavor in both time and effort. Isn't that a bit dangerous?
Where's the sound coming from, Ohm? Ohm! I struck gold, Ohm! Get your tools, Ohm!
Dante, come hither to the back of the line. The door slammed open, and the gnomes began flooding into the room. We prepared ourselves for battle. Alright. Once again, we're killing these little shits.
가라앉는
좋은 전략입니다.
폭들을 제거하겠소. 혹의 거울은
아름답진 않네. 좋은
교정대로.
Nice and simple. I can see their similarities with humans, but they certainly aren't humans. Except for their odd verbal quirk, these monsters are impressively communicative. I don't even know if they should be categorized as monsters. The definition is often arbitrary. Some may call them monsters, yet others may call them members of a different sentient race. I appreciate your analyses, but we should probably get moving. We still don't know where Heathcliff and Don Quixote are. You always say the right things at the right time, Executive Manager. Exploring the outskirts area will carry higher risks than our usual operation grounds. To ensure the manager's safety, we must first establish a more structured plan. Well, I'd say the easiest answer would be to leave the two of them, but the easiest path isn't always the right one. Ishmael kicked open the door the gnomes rushed in from. Come on, let's go. We'll protect the manager and save Heathcliff and Don Quixote. Hell yeah. Alright, here we go. I'm going to say this, because as our experiences with the story, every section cannot go without a sacrifice. So I'm going to just take a random guess and say we're going to lose Cran. And if not, I will be very surprised.
아름답지. 좋은 전략입니다. 좋은 전략입니다.
혹의 거울은 깨.
아름답진 않.
당연한 결과죠.
좋은 전략입니다. 아름답다. 좋은 전.
가라앉는군요.
Ah! There's a manager gnome now. Oh, I think you're dead. Yep,
아름답진 않네.
she fucked you up. So now that I had some time to look around out here, this facility appears to be a gift factory. I see. So there are factories like these that produce gifts. Christmas decorations everywhere. Ah, don't give him PTSD. There's still some time until Christmas, though. Sinclair looked to the ground with a somber expression. Aw, poor buddy. I didn't need to ask to know how he was feeling. I wonder if these monsters exchanged gifts with each other. They didn't seem like the most hospitable sort. There's a possibility that they may be contractors to one of the wings in the city. I wanted to say no chance, but the city and the wings that we've experienced so far were... Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, there was a non-zero chance of that being the case. Yep. The wings in the city are fucking crazy. Ah, here we go again.
전략이네요.
And that's
가보죠.
game.
가라앉는군요.
Nice. After spending some time battling gnomes and trashing the gift factory, we soon realized that the gifts the conveyor belt were moving weren't your average gifts. Is that a foot? Is that a sign with the drawing of a foot? What is that doing there? This one is adorned with a depiction of an eyeball. These gifts appear to be made from materials that do not normally go into building these items. Their shapes are of teddy bears, oil pastel boxes, toy trains. But they have an abnormally high concentration of protein and phosphorus. However, the decorations and lights are made of proper materials. They must have salvaged the wastes expelled from the city. It's obvious. GMFH. Gifts made from humans. More stuff made from human sacrifice? I guess the outskirts isn't so different from the city, huh? What's really concerning is, who are these gifts for? Who in their right mind would want anything like these? Who knows? Rich folks with screwed up provisions? Maybe that's who they're for. So if they're making gifts out of people, Heathcliff and Don Quixote, will the gnomes turn them into gifts too? I do recall them saying something about locally produced materials. Then we must move with haste. I have discovered a location with a high probability of their presence, presuming that they haven't been turned into gifts yet. After a long silence, Marisol spoke up. He pointed in a direction. There, the placard says Gift Assembly. I think I'm hearing some odd noise from in there. A rather high-pitched SOS. It's always a good indicator of wonderful happenings. Rushu, I will never stop thinking that you are a CB. Let's continue. Can you not giggle about sounds of screaming, please? I agree. I am familiar with this tone. The decibel range of this screaming is an exact match with Don Quixote's. God, dude, you just know so much. Wait, we have yet to conduct a threat assessment of the combat area. That area appears to be a closed-off space, which means... Otis, were Heathcliff with us, he would have said as such. Said what? I think I know. How bloody frustrating. Quit whinging, pick up your tools, and get cracking! That was pretty close. Ishmael soon blasted the door open with a powerful kick. Yes. Meanwhile... Ah! Where the bloody hell are we? Why am I tied up? I regretfully say to thee that we are quite screwed. Forsooth, we are fated to become toys in that hydraulic press. It appears that when the time cometh, I shall be turned into a roly-poly toy myself, that riseth with every fall. Oi! Shut your trap and do something! We gotta get out of these binds! Sir Heathcliff, I apologize profusely. 'Tis true that there was the tiniest bit of selfishness within me, that I wished to procure the red sack cosplay set for myself. However, it was no lie that I wished to find thee an impeccable outfit. You little shite, I knew that this was going to happen. Once I'm out of these binds, I'll... At least thou shalt become an elaborate pocket watch. Jesus Christ. Damn clocks. Again? I think they're going to turn me into a box of colored pencils. 24 vibrant natural colors, or so it says.
We've not seen living raw materials in a while, But they're a bit loud, Can you see if my ears are bleeding, The more they scream, the happier our recipients will be, Then let's get cutting,
Heathcliff, Don Quixote. Ah, what a relief. They haven't been turned into gifts yet. Quite cozy in here. Everyone. How? We're here for you, Heathcliff. Clockhead. Damn it, didn't think I'd ever be this glad to see your mug. Heathcliff was about to be shoved into the gift-making hydraulic machine press. I have hewn your straps. Descend. Look, I'm not the type to wear my heart on my sleeve, but after you lot saved me from getting turned into a pocket watch, I have to say it. You absolute idiots. You two had one job, to remain by the executive manager's side, yet you let yourselves be captured like this? You know what? Forget it. Right, get a hold of yourself, you two. Manager, what now? Well, we've got to trash this place. Come on, get ready to wear your identities. Wait, what are we talking about? They're already in their identities. They're perfect the way they are. Why would I want to change them? They are quite dashing. See? Beautiful. Perfect.
행동을 개시합니다.
Alright, he's dead. Now the big guys. Jesus Christ, there we go.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Yeah, you're screwed, bud.
여행엔 목적이 있었지. 아름답진 않네.
Woo! That's some good damage.
아름답진
And he's
않네.
dead. God damn, they're just too good. After we defeated the horde of gnomes, Don Quixote and Heathcliff fell to their knees before everyone. I also knelt down, feeling like I should be down there with them, but Otis tightly pulled me to the side. I feel bad for those two. I am ready. Commence, Lady Otis. You absolute buffoons. How did you ever think that this was going to turn out okay? Are you even aware of the risks Executive Manager took to get here? How worried they were about you two. Well, actually, Clockhead was in on it from the start. Silence! Do not refer to the Executive Manager with such derogatory language, insolent fool. And this is why I love Otis. Egg, 'twas my fault. 'Twas my fault. My mother used to scold me like this in my youth. Otis did not seem to slow down at all with her stern scoldings. And the pair fell completely silent. Their heads hung low. I decided to wander away from the scene. This guilty conscience was too much for me to bear. Is Cran doing okay? Yes, she merely lost her consciousness from excessive psychological shock. How did you find yourself at a place such as this? You are a human, right? And we're really in the outskirts? Cran initially appeared somewhat taken aback from the deluge of questions, but she soon began to open up. So, you're really from the city? I'm from Cloudtown. It's a village on the north side of the outskirts. Are there a lot of monsters like those gnomes out here that can speak? Yeah, there are many more monsters out here other than the gnomes. I've seen a few of them myself, but the village elders told me about the rest. Our village was built to keep the monsters out, to keep us safe. If this didn't happen, we'd all be preparing dinner back at the village by now. So, they raided your village? Yeah, and they attacked us when the hunters were gone, so... We normally don't get raided by them around this time of year, so I thought we were safe, but they suddenly attacked us, rushing in on their sleighs. Some of us tried to fight, but we didn't stand a chance, and everyone that they killed got shoved into the sacks on that sleigh. I passed out from fright, and they thought I was dead too. I got shoved into the sacks like the rest of the villagers. Oh, we forced you to talk about something that couldn't have been easy to go through. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. Can I ask things too? Anything. Is it right that crayon boxes in the city have 48 different colors? And they have gold and silver colored crayons too? Probably. And There's just people in the city, right? No monsters like the gnomes that try to kill us, right? Well, the people are kind of the monsters, and you don't want to forget about the sweepers in the back streets. Curfew is a bitch. It's kind of hard to answer that, actually. Sometimes I'd climb a high hill to look at the city. I always saw pretty, colorful lights from up there. So colorful that I don't have enough colors in my crayon box to draw them all. I wish I lived in the city. If I lived there, I'd never have to worry about getting attacked by monsters. I could live happily with all my neighbors. No. You've really never been to the city, huh? SSE. I'm sorry? Same story everywhere. Doesn't matter where you are, death always stalks us. Whoa. That was so cool! Can you say that again? Oh my god. Huh? That was cool? Oh, did you guys see anyone else nearby by any chance? I don't think we ran into any other humans out here. No, but he has to be here to save us. Who do you mean? The best hunter of Cloud Town. If he was at the village, the gnomes wouldn't have... It appears that in the outskirts, there are hunters who specialize in hunting monsters akin to whalers of the Great Lake, that is. But, wait. So if they're kidnapping and killing humans for these gifts, who are these gifts for? Oh! Hello! Are you the red sack?
Of course, the gifts are for our poor and kind neighbors who do not try.
Executive Manager, retreat. I don't know when it happened, but a large shadow was looming over us. Oh. Ah! What is that thing?
I am Santa Claus, bringer of gifts to our neighbors. Ho, ho, ho.
The Gaffine giant, garbed in red, carried a massive gift sack on his shoulder. It was definitely not a human. Yeah, that's that git. That one's the boss. Lo, the Crimson Gob. That's the Crimson Gob that I spoke of. The pair immediately jumped up from their knees and began shouting in unison. That's the Red Sack's outfit. Oi! Then he's already... No, not the Reindeer Man too! Shut it! Cut the useless chatter for once. After silencing the pair with a short, stern command, Otis approached me and spoke in a low voice. Executive Manager, since he appears to be of an intelligent species, I will attempt to parley with it, but we best prepare for battle in case the talk falls through. Yeah, that's a good idea. What do you mean by neighbors? Wings? Clients from the city?
Ho, ho, ho. But we are denied entry to the city, are we not?
Is that big lump of meat a gnome too? I happened to overhear the gnomes during our time in captivity. They call their master Beard Giant, which I believe is not a gnome. A giant? There really are all kinds of monsters out here, huh? Dante, that's not an abnormality, is it? No, that's not an abnormality or distortion. I'd say it's closer to the whales.
Ho, ho. Do you yearn for gifts too? Yet your kind already owns all there is to own. We and our neighbors in the outskirts wish so dearly for that very day. The only day we are allowed joy and comfort in human gifts.
I see. You produce toys out of humans and gift them to those who harbor hatred for humans. Out of pure goodness of your heart.
Here, where all those have been marginalized and exiled by humans gather and wallow. We pour our infinite hatred and care into packaging these gifts, Ho, ho, ho.
Quite the verbose way of saying, I refuse to negotiate.
Ho, ho, ho. Why don't you come here and join us? Become joy to those who need it.
Alright.
좋은 전략입니다.
Yep, you're dead. Easy.
아름답진 않네.
표정대로
Nice.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
Okay, that one's dead. Nice. Oh yeah,
혹의
he's
거울을
saying had it.
깨졌어.
I need to do this just to make sure.
여행엔 목적이
Which
있었지.
might be bad because we have another fight after this, so... Yep.
당연한 결과죠.
Now is it the big man himself? It is! Now, before we fight him, let's go ahead and go over his statistics. Santata, maximum HP is 664. Resistances are unknown. Moving over to the skills we have. Be the Joy. On use, gain +2 charge count. On hit, inflict 3 bind on target next turn. On hit, gain 2 poise. Be the Comfort. On use, gain +2 charge count. On hit, gain +3 poise count. On hit, gain 3 poise. On crit, gain poise equal to poise on self. On hit, gain +3 poise count. Here's a gift. If target has bind and if this unit has a faster speed, gain clash power equal to the speed difference. On hit, lose 5 SP. On hit, gain 2 poise and +3 poise count. On crit, inflict 3 paralyzed next turn. Now, moving over to the passives we have. So it seems that all the conditions are unmet at the moment, but we'll have to see what happens later. Now, there's a little status effect here that I want to read. I'll gift wrap you. Gain 3 poise every turn. Turn end. Heal 3 SP for every attack skill that dealt damage. Let's check out his sanity. So we have agitated. Not a big deal. We know what that does. Now let's kick his ass.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Okay. Screw you, Santata! I know that's probably not the way that you read it, but I'm still reading it that way. I don't know why. It just sounds funny. Santata! Santata! Oh, that's a new one. Time to get boxed. If shield HP is completely depleted, get staggered next turn. If there is remaining shield HP, gain 2 attack power up next turn. Okay, so it's like Queequeg. Gotcha.
표정에 따라 실행합니다.
Ishmael. Ah, shit. Fuck. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm about to lower your shit. 101. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that much damage, but I guess we'll see. Ho, ho, ho. That's the turn end. Gain 3 poise count next turn. Let's get packing. If this unit has ho ho ho, add inflict 1 paralyze next turn to coin effects. Targets the unit with the lowest speed. Turn end, spend all charge. On hit, gain 3 poise. On hit, deal bonus damage equal to poise on self. On hit, gain 1 poise and +3 poise count. On hit, randomly select one of 4 effects: protection, attack power up, fragile, paralyze, inflict, or apply 3 of the selected effect. On hit, target loses SP equal to charge count on this unit. On kill, all enemies lose 10 SP. Failed kill, gain 2 paralyzed next turn. Santata's Goff. At 10 plus charge, gain ho 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 next turn. At 30% less core HP, gain ho 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 every turn. Scattering Breath. Lose 1 poise when hit by an attack skill. Alright, so that's dangerous.
좋은 전략이네요.
Let's fuck him up.
가보죠.
Take this, Santa.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Fear the power of the LCB, bitches!
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아.
Boom, baby! Give us that sanity. Oh, nice. So he took no damage. Beautiful.
저
Fuck this guy. Oh, wow. That was, I'm sorry, Ishmael, but that was fucking weak.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
That was weak as well. Okay. Otis did more damage than both of them combined. And Rushu is going to as well. Look at that. 46 damage. Hell yeah. That's what I like to see. This guy is no match for our sinners.
행동을
Let's go.
개시합니다.
Nice, Otis. Will we really need to destroy your shield? I don't think we will. Because you should be
이상이
staggered
무엇이라
here.
생각하시오?
Aha! Loser!
모든
Prepare
결과들은
to die, Santa. Lights out. Lose all charge when this unit is staggered. And then last one is conditions unmet. I'm sorry, but I think you're dead. Like, I seriously think you are. We gotta look for the one with the most coins or the most damage going out, which is gonna be that. So he might not be dead, but I'm going to say he is. Oh yeah, he's definitely dead. He doesn't live. You think he lives after Otis? The magnificent Otis is about to fuck him up with more than 70 damage? Please don't prove me wrong. You have proved me wrong. I am sorry. 41 damage, my bad. I thought she was going to get that massive hit, but it's game over. Bye-bye. We have a dead Santa.
Humans, I'll separate the flesh from your bones.
Santata's gut suddenly began to expand. All of you, hold your breaths! Suddenly, a large figure leaped out of the dark and slammed what looked like a stake into Santata's gut. Whoa, tis a smell most foul. I think I'm about to pass out. A scent of potently fetid refuse lingers. Some sinners drop to the floor, while the others gag profusely. Clearly, this was a rather painful experience for all. This gas does not appear to be toxic, however, its scent seems to inspire an extreme level of discomfort in people. So, you've defeated a northern giant, yet you don't seem to know the proper procedure for what to do afterward. Are you hunters from the city? Proper procedure? Immediately before death, a northern giant's body fills with noxic gas before exploding in a rain of acid. The man who staked Santata's gut explained as he approached us. You have to puncture a hole in its gut and let out the gas before its internal organs condense it into acidic fluid. Allowing it to cause a chain reaction could complicate things. Ugh. The stench won't come off. Who's that now? Mr. Domino! Cran, who'd been holding her breath with her fingers over her nostrils, ran up to the large man and hugged him. At least you're safe, Cran. That's good. After stumbling for a moment due to the stench, most likely, Otis briefly gasped for air before approaching Domino. Hey, you! Identify yourself. Freaking Otis. She still has to take charge on making sure people identify themselves. Name's Domino. I'm a monster hunter from Cloud Town. I don't suppose I can call it a town anymore now that it's just me and Cran that's left. Relax, I wouldn't even think of hurting any of you. So you're the hunter that the girl mentioned. Otis relaxed upon Domino's confirmation. She leaned on a wall and looked to the floor in relief. Normally, around this time of year, these monsters would have gone further north to a different village. So, I was on an expedition to help them out. Looks like they decided to switch things up this time around. When I returned, they'd already finished their raid on our village and left. Damn it, they used to be predictable, attacking only right before Christmas. Do these tragedies happen often? Though I can't speak for the city, I can't say that this is a common occurrence in the outskirts. It's a hellish place to live. If you can even call this living, survival alone is a miracle out here. Are there a lot more places out here like this? Like this mockery of a gift factory? No, can't say I've seen a factory like this anywhere else, but I can tell you one thing. Compared to some worse things that could have happened, this tragedy was nothing. That's the natural order of things in the outskirts. I do wonder sometimes, if we were in the city, no matter how bad it gets in there, it must be better than this living hell. I think that's very dependent. It depends on a lot of things, which part of the city, and yeah, the back streets, it's pretty shit. It was no easy contemplation to answer. The outskirts must be a hellish place to live, if what he's told me is anything to go by. But the city they admire so much isn't such a warm place itself, from what I've seen in my journey so far, at least. Yep. Aha! Then accompany us back to the city! We were on our... Don Quixote stopped herself, realizing that every other sinner was giving her a look of disapproval. Yeah, they're not really allowed in the city unless they're allowed in the city. That's just how it is. And going against the laws of the city will invoke lots of people to act upon it, including the head. You don't want to fucking piss off the head. Thank you for your kind words, at least. I wish it were that easy. If I could at least let this child enter the city somehow, just like that. But the city has no place to spare for this child, not even a small corner of it. Even if you were to somehow make it past the city walls, there would be countless variations of paperwork and procedures you must overcome before you can live the kind of life you desire. Yep. Haha. And what would people like us do with such paperwork? And where would we find them out here? We've not studied or worked to find a job in the city as some youths of other villages do. Mister... There was an uncomfortable silence. Domino cleared his throat and continued. I must still extend my gratitude for keeping the girl safe until my arrival. I know a good way to extend your gratitude. Maybe you can extend us a nice pouch of shiny and jangling bag of... Raja's eyes were twinkling. The lingering stench made it difficult for her to speak, but she was determined to make her point. Something shiny and jangling. Sure, maybe I can give you a tour of some antique items I keep at home. Precious items salvaged from the locomotive tracks of the outskirts. Not something you'll see every day in the city, I'm sure. Items from the outskirts? That tour alone could be worth much more than just pure cash. Faust, there's still a decent chance that the door we entered through might just shut behind us, right? Indeed, in fact, it is unclear whether the door is still open. I recommend a quick return to the bus now that our two primary objectives have been secured. So she says. If you would permit me to speak my mind, Executive Manager, even if this is not the Great Lake, the outskirts is an extremely perilous place. This curiosity cannot be a reason for us to risk getting stranded in this environment. Looks like you've got to hurry back. Well then, catch! Domino tossed a carved wooden doll in my direction. It does not appear to be anything dangerous. Let us inspect it further after we return. We mustn't dolly any longer than we have to. Yeah, good idea. Some sinners had passed out and had to be carried by others. Most could not stop gagging at the stench, but we still made our way back to the door. The door has remained open. We made it back to the safety of Mephistopheles. Sometime later. Boo! Stinky! Charon! Evacuate! Evacuate! Oh, I don't like the music. Charon quickly made her escape to the decks. Huh? Oh, God! Oh, he's dirty. Is quite unpleased, disapproved, angry. We might die. And Virgilius greeted us in the cabins with a terrifying gaze. Indeed. Looks like everyone had quite the adventure. Covered in blood and guts, with a disgusting stench to boot. Oh, this is... Manager. I can't hear you anyway. So just reply to my query with a nod or a shake. Your replies better match up with my expectations, of course. Oh, are we gonna die? Please don't kill us, Daddy Virgilius. I beg of thee, Messi! I have but one question. Was it you who made the call? I want to say no, but we did. And I would rather not get Don Quixote and Heathcliff killed. Yes. I hesitated for a moment before nodding affirmatively. I might get reprimanded, or maybe he has worse things in mind for me, but it was I who decided to go along with their plan. This would not have happened without my authorization. Good. Then my questioning is over. Huh? Huh? Okay. Huh? I will leave it to you to deal with this mess. You may rest afterward, and please do something about this foul stench. All right, I'll do something about it. Well then. With that, Virgilius disappeared into the back door once again. Huh? That's unexpected. I thought my time had finally come. Yeah, I thought we were dead. Maybe a broken arm, maybe a broken leg, you know, maybe a kick to the groin. I don't know. Be glad. The best consultation is a consultation not had indeed. Alas, behold, one and all. I don't know when she had the time to pick it up in all that chaos, but Don Quixote managed to haul a huge sack of gifts back to Mephistopheles. She looks so happy. Everyone else exhausted. Roger's like, fuck, never again. And Heathcliff's like, why did I even listen to this chick? I will never trust her intuition or thought process ever again. You picked that up from all that mess? I have laid claim upon the evil gnome's trinkets. Now that's some real commitment. What's all that for? Ah, art thou truly unaware of mine intentions? 'Tis for adorning our ship with Christmas decorations. Wait, now? But we're still, like, 3 months away from Christmas. Agreed. Let us not risk peeling old wounds. To lower the morale of our company is... Oh, it's okay. It's been getting better with time, little by little. Ah! Look at that! Look at that! Otis is looking out for my boy, Sinclair. My boy. This is why I love Otis. Yeah, we can all grow beyond it, eventually. Marvelous. Then this appears to be an occasion most fit for a party, then. What say you? God damn it. Don't tell me you went through all that trouble for some party decorations. According to Dante's explanations, this incident was spurred on by Heathcliff's need for an outfit. Oh. It's okay, bud. Heathcliff has been silently brooding in his seat, with his face buried in his palms. Out of shame, most likely. Ahem. Verily, yet that very costume we had sought was worn by none other than that monstrous giant. I don't suppose it would fit Sir Heathcliff anyhow. Forget it. It wasn't the kind of look I was going for anyway. What did I say, Heath? We'll help you out as soon as we land, Kay? The outfit's one thing, yeah, but You're speaking of the port ship we sailed past. The port ship on which the hair salon that printed those hair coupons conducts their business. There's no fucking way you're actually gonna use those. Heathcliff! Are you serious? Well, I get... You know what? Fine. I would be okay with it. He got us in trouble for it, but fuck. The coupons could not be used, as the port ship was not on our charted route. Oh. Leave it to me to style your hair. I've done my sister and younger siblings' hair pretty often. Oh. Oh, God. I don't doubt his skill of messing with hair, but still. We don't know how long we'll be floating on this damn lake anyway. Besides, I don't even know how to dress myself proper. I was going to attempt a trial and error method. Okay, but could you at least tell us what it is that Virgilius gave you? Just so that we know what exactly you're so anxious about. Sod it. After a deep, heavy sigh, Heathcliff produced a letter? So that's the something Virgilius gave you? Oh, I remember. My family used this envelope before. It's made from really expensive paper, made only in limited quantities at a time. It's quite a luxurious envelope. Can we read it, Heath? Sure, it's nothing impressive. Then, Dante, why don't you read it out loud for the rest of us? Of course. Sure. Raja handed me the letter. It was written in a beautiful series of cursive handwriting, drawn to an almost calligraphic perfection. I began reading. From Wuthering Heights, we cordially extend to you, honored guest, an invitation to the... What's this here? Somebody colored over this part of the letter. Well, I'll keep reading. Venue, Wuthering Heights, T Corp Nest. Should you accept our invitation, please convene at the designated location by 4 in the afternoon on the 24th with this letter on your person. Please honor this occasion with your presence. With great respect, Nellie. Oh, and down here's a postscript. It's written in a different handwriting from the rest of the letter. P.S. You have to be here, Heath. I'll be waiting. Kathy. We had no way to tell what kind of occasion it was on account of being colored over, but clearly, the rest of the letter's contents had stroked a fire of passion in Heathcliff's heart once again. So, you gotta look fashionable and classy for this Kathy person, right? Well, yeah, but there's more to it than... Shh, quiet now. Now I can clearly see why you were so impatient, Heath. Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? Oi! I'll leave it up to you to style his hair, Master Hairdresser Hong Lu. Hoo-hoo, I wouldn't call myself a master. Oi, wait! Where are you taking me? God, what in the bloody hell is this grip? Yeah, Roger's got quite the grip strength. You won't free yourself from her anytime soon. Yeah, she would know she got grabbed by her. And even she questioned how the hell is she so strong? The two sinners, practically hauling Heathcliff by his arms, disappeared into the back door. Now Heathcliff's fate was sealed to be a mannequin to now motivated and unbearably bored Raj's various experimentations. Ah, I can hang this trinket here and Don Quixote began humming a song, perhaps as she placed the various trinkets around the bus. I decided to go out to the deck for some air. I leaned on the railing and dug through my pockets. The wooden doll Domino the Hunter gave me just as we hurriedly left. I held it and felt its texture under my fingers. My eyes looked into the distance toward where the outskirts lies. I thought for a moment about the gnomes, the giant, and the things Domino told me. I suppose there are people with stories in the outskirts too. Stories different from those of the city. Faust approached from behind and stood next to me. I wasn't sure how much of what I said she heard. Follow the stars, Dante, star by star. Then you will one day learn. So for now, follow the closest star that shines before your eyes. Yeah. I have to focus on the stories of the city for now. I don't even know who I really am, after all. Joyous laughter and frustrated howls echoed out of the cabins. They must have finished dressing up Heathcliff. Why don't we go take a look at how Heathcliff is doing, Faust? You make a rather tempting offer, Dante. Oh, she's smiling! She's smiling! The added color to the bus's interior warmed my heart a little. That's too damn good. I enjoyed that. Alright guys, now we're gonna go ahead and do a 10 times extraction and then wrap up the video because this one is pretty long. So we're gonna do a 10 times for Otis and see what we can get. Doesn't look like anything. Unfortunate. Dude, why is my computer taking a shit recently? What the hell? Alright, that's all I can really get right now. I don't even know if I could get anything with Otis at the moment. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't. And with that, everyone, that is going to conclude this video. So I really hope you did enjoy it. If you did, go and let me know by hitting that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you want to become part of the pack, go and hit that sub button and notification bell to know when a new video goes up. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment down below because all comments are well appreciated. And with that, everyone, I'm DemoonicWolf, and I'll see you all in the next video that I make because I am out.